Good afternoon, my name is Frost, and this is Close to the Sun, Chapter 7, The Strife of Iris. I can't pronounce it. That's actually the Greek god, the basically Greek Cupid, not Cupid, but Cupid all the same. Cupid's based off one, but there was also a different Cupid in Greek mythology. So Ares, or no, Eris, I think is his name, but he's Greek god of love. Um, little bit after, like not that bad, like 10 minutes. I've been having trouble with Bluetooth on my computer, so I forgot I had a dongle.
I have a confession to make.
Oh?
I told you that I had a family, but I don't. That was a lie. I'm a liar, Rose. I'm sorry.
That's okay, Aubrey.
Glad to hear it, because I'm afraid you've got a bit of work to do before you can get to my end of the engine halls.
But of course I do. What a surprise. Where do I go?
Make your way to the local engine hall. You'll have to find a way to the other side of it. Yes! The power couplings, Benny! Hey, Rose. I gotta sort this out. I'll be back in a jiffy. Just don't...
Don't what? Aubrey? Aubrey!
I
Great.
think I caught us on my legs. My legs. Is it thundering outside? I think it might be thundering. That's conveniently fun. But what I was saying is make your way across the engine without getting killed, I assume. Oh, that's pleasant. It's had an arm, drag of blood going to a door, and a body disemboweled inside. Is that where you're supposed to go? Maybe. Looks like it. Looks like this person lost an arm, and then lost a leg, and then I don't know, because it's just a pile of blood. I have a feeling it's not the last cell. Legs separated from bodies, can't go up there. That's blocked off. But no, I have a conjoined unit, wireless and Bluetooth card in my computer I built, the gaming computer I built. And for some reason, with some updates, the Bluetooth on the card just decides to not work for whatever reason. It was working before, now it's not. Um, unless I'm wrong on that, I'm pretty sure I'm not. I purposely got one that was a combination of the two. But I also remembered I had a Bluetooth dongle. Okay, so the blood tracks here. So this is the guy that's probably bleeding out. I had a Bluetooth dongle, one of those little like USB ones you plug into a laptop or something. Completely forgot I had it. Got it forever ago. I used it for my other computer that I edit everything on because of I used to use it on that before I got a dedicated Bluetooth and wireless card for that as well. For the same exact reason, convenience. So that um, but that computer is kind of loaded with. Guessing don't cross it while the light's not on, maybe. Around before I do anything. But what I was saying was about the Bluetooth stuff. Yeah, I have not a clue. Every update it seems to mess with it, and it's only the one computer, the one I built. So it's some weird driver issue that the other people, like the other laptop I have, the desktop I have is I bought from Lenovo. Didn't have any trouble with them, just with just the one I built. So I'm assuming it's some sort of driver issue that Lenovo themselves have patch out with updates. So like I have to go up here first before doing that thing. Oh, that turned on at the exact wrong time. Okay, I had 2 cut marks on my legs. So, do I have burn marks now? No. Oh, the cut marks. I was wondering if the amount of times you died would reference. Let's try that bridge thing real quick. Curious. Maintenance report 2318. Inspection verdict failed. Inspection notes: how this power couplings are still functioning is beyond me. Look at them. The only thing holding them together is rust and dust. But that's not the scary part. You know what happens if those were to fail? First, the D12 panel will overload, preventing the automatic pressure equalizer from receiving updated values, my fault. Normally, this would cause the local heat trigger to flip, preventing the situation from escalating, but since the heat trigger is entirely missing, that won't happen. As a result, the catastrophic pressure buildup in the discharge tanks cause a grade C plus explosion, where anywhere from 4 to 12 casualties, depending on shift, will be expected. If you want to gamble with lives, at least have the common decency to say it openly. A-holes. Aubrey King, Technology Development Maintenance Division. So that's a chair made out of pipes, and she's toasted. She's, said a she or he, it looks like a he, judging by the hair. Another symbol. Like they're toasted. Oh, that was one of the night things. But yeah, my desktop I use for editing is actually just a small form factor Lenovo laptop, and frankly, it is packed with crud, like as in parts. Like there's not really much. I can't really put a good graphics card in there because it's a small form factor, so it's low profile. So I just have 2 independent, smaller graphics cards that I bought at some point. I don't know when, like small ones that would fit. They're like basically the only thing that will fit in a thing. I'm gonna wait for the next cycle before running across. They're basically the only thing that will fit in the thing. They're like TT 1030s. They're 2 gigabyte cards each. I literally just have both of them slapped in there and have one running each monitor basically to limit the load on the computer, and it will also
Rose?
Aubrey, can you do something about the power coming and going? I thought you had that area covered.
There's a bit of a hiccup with this. With a large electromagnetic distribution coil. It seems to be pulsating.
Yeah, that means nothing to me, Aubrey. Speak plainly.
Rosie, we are harvesting electricity from time itself. This shit is complicated, okay? You just find a way forward and don't die.
Ah, great plan, Aubrey. Your best work yet.
You hear that, Benny? Rose is giving me attitude.
that was saying it. I just have 2 of them slapped in there, along with a wireless card it doesn't really give a lot of space left in that poor little poor little computer. So heat is actually a big issue. I have to figure out how to put more cooling in there somehow, because there is a lot of heat buildup. Like when I'm rendering something, it does get quite hot to the touch. So I have to figure out how to find a solution to that. I might just have to go to a larger form factor or something like that, but I'm not that worried about it. The two graphics cards, though, even though they're small, only 2 GB ones, and they really aren't powerful at all, because of the way I have them set up, it actually both of them only use about, I guess, half. They only work about a half strength. To be honest, if anything's bottlenecking, it's actually the processor that's bottlenecking the entire system because it can't process the rendering as quickly. I usually end up using 100% CPU usage and then maybe 25 to 50% off of each card, depending on which monitor I have the stuff running on. So at least I think that's true from the last time I messed with it. But I haven't really watched the task manager for performance hits. I just remember for sure that I was thinking about upgrading the processor on it at one point, finding like an old used one or something I can put in there. Oh, okay, there you go. Wow, I just walked around there. The block the other way? Oh. I'll have to see about getting a new processor for it. Just an old one, like a used one or something off eBay, maybe. I'm not really sure. Wonder if they're bitching about the safety, failed safety inspection of things. That was probably not the smartest idea, huh? They will. But I was thinking about upgrading the processor, but mainly because if I upgrade the processor to the point where it's not, is the more throttled the processor, not throttled, that's the wrong way to put it. The higher usage you have on a processor, the higher it's going to heat up for somewhat obvious reasons. Because like think of it along the same lines of running a car. The harder you push a car, the harder it is. The harder the more it's going to heat up. Same sort of thing with a computer. If you're running a CPU at 100%, it's going to heat up faster and hold a higher heat than if you were, say, having one only using at 50 or 10% processor usage. So by upgrading it, it would both. It could have a benefit of both lowering how much heat it generates, thereby negating the need of upgrade. Oh, I have cuts all over me. Hold on. Let's see. Big cut there. There's one on that arm. Nothing on that arm. Big cut there. But it will help. It might help lessen the need to find a way to cool the poor thing, since there's not really much space in a small form factor to cool it. and because of the way it is, it doesn't have a full, like, you can't put like a regular, like, full, like when you think of a PC fan, you can't put a normal one that you would think of a PC fan in there, like a 40 millimeter or a, something like that. That just simply won't fit. So, like at best, you'll get it. I think I could get a 20 millimeter fan in there at best. And it has a fan shroud on it, on the one that's in there. There you go. There's a fan shroud built into it because of the way the Lenovo built the computer. That's fan shroud built into it, so I can't really change the cooler on top, like, unless I do some really strong research into it. And it would be easier if I had some physical units to mess with. I can't really just plop a new CPU cooler on it because it will. The whole point of the shroud is to, instead of having the fan hooked to the back like most regular full-size computers, it has the fan basically uses a piece of plastic to funnel the fan's energy as if it was placed in the back.
Rose? You are there, Rose?
Yeah, I'm still here, Aubrey. I made it across the engine hall. What now?
Up ahead is hydraulics and pressure control. The distribution coil is boiling the storage tanks, so you're going to have to reduce the pressure in order to get the security doors to open. Find the pressure valves, Rose. Turning them should bring the pressure down.
Okay. Find the valves to reduce pressure. Got it.
Doing great, Rose. You're almost here.
Okay. Talk to you in a bit.
I have a feeling he's crazy. I have a feeling he might be partially crazy too. But I'm not sure. Oh, it's just a class making that's a weird weird image. They have it done weirdly. But was saying, like, yeah, I might when I go, if I go to upgrade the processor in it, I might roll with the hit and run, rescue will come. Okay, that's not exactly that's a little bit foreboding.
Aubrey.
Hero of the
Aubrey?
company.
Your radio? Aubrey.
Go up there first. I think that's where you're supposed to go. Looks like he's losing his mind too, which is a bit unfortunate to say the least. Let's go up here because I think that just takes me around to the front door of that instead of the side door. What was I thinking? Okay. Missed him. Yeah, when I upgrade a thing, I might also get like a small form factor or low profile CPU cooler. I might get a low profile CPU cooler as well, just to see if I can fit it on there when I change out the thing. The other problem, though, I was thinking about was, hold on. Let me finish. The other problem I was thinking about is this: the mounting screws were not non-standard, so that could also be a problem. But I would have to get to that hurdle if I come across it. Spectacular failed. Maintenance report 2411. Inspection verdict spectacularly failed. Wow, the way you people continue to disappoint me is truly astonishing. The CAP transfer cables are not supposed to be connected to the current control system. Just because the cables fit does not mean that they are supposed to be connected there. The two systems operate at entirely different frequencies, meaning that all the power readings were collected since the last inspections will have to be thrown out since the values will be compromised. How in the world are we supposed to keep the Helios running efficiently without you lot pissing away our chances of taking accurate measurements? Mandatory systems and cable review session at Tuesday, 9 p.m. We will go for as long as needed until everyone has an intimate understanding of required cable connections. Aubrey King, Technological Department, Maintenance Division. Okay, what's that? I was hearing like a low hum, like of a wheel turning, and I was curious if it was my hedgehog.
Come on.
I was curious if it was my hedgehog or if it was a game, since his wheel can be quite loud. Especially, I need to get a new locking nut for it because he'll straight up run the thing off the stand.
Earned it, Penny. Earned it.
Aubrey?
Years of...
Aubrey! Ugh.
Like he'll straight up like. Oh no, that's a letter. Thought it was a note. But he'll straight up like loosen the screw on his wheel just by running, because he'll run for hours. Like I was up recording one night, or doing schoolwork, I think it was. I was up doing schoolwork or something one night, and I just heard him. Like, I started at like 9, and when I got done just before 12, he was still running on his wheel. So that was interesting to say the least. So he really was like going to town on his wheel. Guess I have to go back to that other one. Hub area. Alright, so I got a wheel. Corpses everywhere. Okay. Lights really do persist no matter where you go, don't they? But yeah, he'll run for like hours. He'll get off, run, get off, run, get off, getting something to eat or drink in between it. You can hear him chewing on his food or licking at the water bottle. And I'll do that for like hours. And he'll actually just straight up loosen his wheel. I feel a bit of like running in circles at the moment. This. It's not like it's slow either. He seems to really book it. Fine, so. He'll really book it though. Guess I have to get it into the green area, but. Oh. Help if I didn't put the wrong wheel on the. Well, I guess it's not the wrong wheel, but Go. So I have to go in and tighten his wheel to make sure it actually so it actually works properly. Do I do the first one now? The one at the very beginning now, the one that had the busted dial. But like little low humming that's in the background of this, um, the low humming in the background reminds me of what it sounds like when he's running at high speed on his wheel. Yeah, like I remember hearing like how fast the hedgehog can run, but I can't remember what it is for sure. Seemed like one maybe. Oh.
You did it, Rose. I see green all over my sensors here. The security doors should be open. Just one more hurdle, and then we can get the hell out of this ship.
All right, one more hurdle. What's up next?
Well, you remember that malfunction in supersized electromagnetic distribution coil? It's... You know what? Some things just need to be seen. Come on through.
Did color change? That. I wonder why that happened. Huh. Something's gonna happen because it's all discolored. I only found 2 of the notes. I want to read the rest of them because, like, I'm curious about how badly they. Oh, Aubrey King is the guy that's in charge of this department. That finally clicked in my head. So the one in charge of this department is Aubrey, the one that's been helping you. That explains a lot too. How much that he knew so much about everything. Because he was a maintenance technician. He should know at least a basic mapping of the entire ship. If not like a whole bunch of secret tunnels and things, like the passages, like the shortcuts that you would need to take, that you can take. But I have a feeling he's a villain just like everyone else. Just everyone's gone crazy. Oh, but what I was thinking about Ludwig, I'm wondering if, because he was crazy to begin with, he had some sort of sensitivity to like the personalities. Like he was getting memories beamed into him about the other different timelines. Like one where it sounded like he met you originally, at least in his mind, at the ball, the masked ball that you walked into. And you know how he walked into the ball and you saw that happen? Like you saw a whole bunch of people, the shadows or the projections of the people at the ball. I'm wondering if that was a representation of something you saw in a different timeline. Like if you've gone there sooner, or the stuff wasn't destroyed. Like that was a different version of you entering that ship, you entering that room. Just like how you entered and saw the people talking up in the engine room earlier. That was like a different timeline where you were there watching them talk. Is that Benry? No, it can't be because he has his arms attached. Something's gonna go boom.
Supersized electromagnetic distribution coil. Ugh. I'm gonna call it Fred.
Fred's gonna mess you up.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, you're safe in there. As long as you don't get directly exposed to the shock wave, you should be fine.
Good to know.
You should be able to see me. I'm in the tall building to your right. See me in the window there, Rose? Anyway, you see that building on fire in the distance? That's where you'll find the emergency deactivation switch.
Wait, all the way over there? At the other end?
Yep.
You want me to sprint there while electromag something or other regularly fries the entire place?
Yep. I've been thinking about this part. If it's all right with you, I'll open the door on the left and just hide in the corner for a while, okay?
Of course. I wouldn't want you screaming in my ear anyway.
Yes. Maintenance report 2412. It's right after the other one. Inspection verdict extraordinarily failed. Inspection notes. I've been told by Wardenclyffe representatives that referring to the maintenance team as a-holes is not in line with the corporate leadership procedure. So I will henceforth refrain from using that term and then when describing the team. Instead, I will be referring to you lot as deficient F-ups. Since I swear it is like you guys are deliberately trying to piss me off, here is a simple sample of the many things that the latest inspection uncovered. Burnout fuses on security panel 122B. Melted safety pins on distribution hub 4. That would take a lot of heat to burn through a safety pin. The fuses, you know, they just blow if you have an overcurrent. But, oof. Faulty high voltage cables between T3 and T4. Don't know if it's terminal 3 or 4 or tower 3 or 4 or what that means, but between tier 3 and 4. So if it's faulty, the cable could blow up, or if it's like it's not shielded properly, someone touch it and just completely kill them. Pressure pump number 26 doesn't work at all. Doesn't effing work at all. Fuse box, that depending what the pressure pump's for, that could be a problem. Fuse box L14L contains no backup fuses, only toilet paper. That's doubly bad. Backup fuses, just to make it easy, because depending on different types of boxes, they require different types of fuses. But the fact that there's toilet paper in there and something that could... Toilet paper is very flammable, and when a fuse blows, it's usually because of electricity overcurrent and has a high chance of making a spark, and if there's flammable toilet paper next to it, that could easily start a fire. Missing thermostat on 3 out of 4 of the storage tanks. That is important because with increased temperature is increased pressure. As you increase like a storage tank, depending on what it's storing, well, it is dependent on what's storing how much of pressure increases, but give water, for example, if you heat up water, it would take up more space. And if it turns into a gas, now you have a lot more, it takes up a lot more space, and as such it builds up pressure. So the hotter something is, the more pressure is built, and that could easily blow a tank if it's too hot, especially if it flash points whatever liquid's inside. Pump 34W is leaking hydraulic fluid. That's bad for obvious reason, for a number of reasons, not obvious I suppose. Hydraulic fluid tends to be very corrosive. It will just straight up eat through paint, metal, metal will take longer, but it'll just straight up eat through paint, and I've seen it eat through cement floor coatings and things before, and will just start eating through cement. Hydraulic fluid tends to be very, very caustic, and that's why you should wear gloves while handling it, because it can just straight up burn you because how caustic it is. Brake fluid is hydraulic fluid, and you can straight up eat paint off a car with brake fluid. So the fact that it's leaking isn't good, and depending what the pump's for, it could just straight up destroy whatever it's working with. Like, especially if it's an elevator or a lift or something, it could fail and then the whole thing drop on you. Missing multiple pressure control valve wheels. Oh, we ran into that. Like two of them were missing. Full list of defects is nailed to the coffee machine in the cafeteria. I might have split with a hammer when nailing the list to it. I might have slipped. Oh, I might have slipped with the. Oh, sorry, I'm failing to read this properly. I might have slipped with a hammer when nailing the to-do list, to it, so it appears you will all be performing your weekly maintenance without regular coffee. You will thank me later. Aubrey King, Technology Department Maintenance Division. They are really, really bad maintenance people. Like, extraordinarily bad. Like, ridiculously poor maintenance techs. You have a rather long time, unless reading the note pauses time. I don't know if it does or not. Oh, I'm gonna die. Thought so. I have to hide behind something. Music is rather dramatic. I'm gonna wait until the next. Scripted? Whether it was scripted or not. Should have jumped down. Ugh. Let's see if there's anything down here. The way up. Wish I could see better. Did that note before say run and hide? What's this over here? Curious, I want to know. Oh, I killed myself. Wasn't paying attention. Hopefully I'm not far back. Oop.
Is it over?
How should I know? I pulled the damn thing. Did it work?
Just a moment. I think you did it, Rose.
Oh, thank God.
I can't believe it! You did it! Woohoo! I'm going to live!
Hey. So, Aubrey, how about we finally get off this godforsaken thing?
Not a day too soon. Take the metal walkways on your left. They should lead you up here to the control center. I know I've said thank you already, but it will be nice to finally be able to do it in person.
On my way, Aubrey. See you in a bit.
Somewhat insane. How did Tesla not get attacked by any of the monsters, I wonder? That's what I mean, like by different those orange things are not necessarily the past or the future, but different timelines converging almost. One of him running, I don't know how to describe it. Like we
Aubrey knows of a shortcut off this thing. Whew, I don't fancy going back the way I came.
good since he fell to the floor.
Aubrey? Where are you, Aubrey? Let's go!
Maintenance report, division memo. It would be funny if it wasn't so dispressive. Since my transfer from the weather department 8 months ago, I have yet to perform a maintenance check that did not receive a severe system malfunction. All I hear are safety concerns. This and safety concerns that. If you lot could seceded to keep the engine hall running for a week without some new disaster, we actually might be able to get the budget to take care of the workplace safety paranoia. For those who care, the funeral at sea for colleague Michael Jensen will be held at 2 p.m. Wednesday. That's all. Aubrey King Technology Development Maintenance Division. Was the Aubrey King the guy that was the guy that had like a hard on for excuse my language, was very passionate about Tesla, wasn't he?
Come on, Aubrey. Let's go already.
Wasn't he the one that we went into his room and he was like Had pictures of Tesla on the mirrors and stuff. Now that I think about it. Can't believe I overlooked that. He has like a obsession with Tesla. So that might be bad. So he wasn't exactly the most stable person to begin with. And he could be he was jealous of your sister.
Aubrey?
That's probably oh, I forgot his name. I'm really bad with names. That's probably the dude, the guy he said his best friend, who's scratching his back with his best friend's arm, severed arm. Severed arm. Oh, she told Blueprint Math, the surgery room where Ada was trapped. Yep.
Hello, Rosie.
Called that. Ugh.
I tried to tell you. I really did. I'm a liar, Rose. I've heard everything, every word, since you came aboard. From your first conversation with Ada to the last words she ever spoke. I even listened in on your conversation with
Aubrey.
Nicola.
What?
It wasn't Tesla's lockdown that was jamming your sister's broadcasts. That was another lie. It was me!
Why?
Because she took everything from me! Everything! I had his attention! I had his respect! But she took it all. I used to be someone aboard this ship. But now the time has come to take back.
Aubrey.
Starting with these.
If you do this, I will kill you.
Is that a promise, Rosie?
Scout's honor.
Cute. You forget that just like I led the exotic energy to the surgery room of your sister, so too am I leading exotic energy to you, right here. You better hurry. Those things will be here any minute. Benny here will keep you company while you die. I instead use these to save the day and reclaim what was mine. One leaf in, one form out.
Called it. Called it. Oh, that's the first time I got killed by that thing. Was I not supposed to go that way? Was I supposed to close the door on him? I was curious if there was something there, frankly. So I'm probably gonna die again. To be honest with you. I was curious if there was something in the tube. I don't know why there would be, considering I'm being chased.
Close your eyes, Rose. Close your eyes.
Tesla's helping you?
It's going to be okay. They're gone. It's going to be okay.
Alright, so that's the end of chapter 7 then, and on to chapter 8. I think the good thing remembered I had a Bluetooth dongle. That makes it so I don't have to have my controller hooked to my computer by wires, which gives me like a lot more length, which is nice. But yeah, I kind of called that he was going to betray you. The music kind of gave it away too, a bit. And then the picture obviously did. The blueprints. I'm guessing Tesla saved you, and I have a feeling he's gonna want to save your sister out of feelings for her type of thing, but I'm not sure. I have a feeling now he has feelings for your sister. Which is somewhat out of character for the real Tesla, if I remember right. I can't exactly remember his full theories on relationships. Oh, I think it was like he could only be with someone as equally intelligent as him, and he was kind of had a stick up his butt about that. But I'm not completely sure. I would have to look that up, and I just don't have time. But thank you for joining me. My name is Frost, and this has been Chapter 7 of Close to the Sun.